votes, and the mayor doesn't vote unless it's a tie. And very seldom we have a tie. So if it's something, a community group that you would like to start that we don't have, please let us know. We're all welcome. We're all open to look at a new direction that we need to go in. Because one thing we want is the state of Colorado, the city of Aurora, and the United States as a whole, a wonderful place to live and to work and to raise a family.
Thank you, Councilmember Wallace. I appreciate that. I have brought with me a lot of volunteer opportunity from boards and commissions in the city, and some of those are for youth too, to working on greenways and to helping senior citizens, or to helping poor children that are living in hotels on Colfax that need day and before and after school daycare programs. They're motel family children. There's a lot of opportunities to help, and I just feel blessed that I've heard that there's people that want to help. It's a true blessing, and I thank God for all of you. Thank you.
We have her phone number, we don't have yours, but we're going to get the real phone. Two ladies, Rebecca McClellan, who represents the District 3 for the City of Centennial. If you could please say a few words. Thank you.
I want to thank Mr. Galani for welcoming me here and asking me to join you here today. And I especially want to thank Hannah for making me feel so welcome. She and I had a lovely conversation about how I got in local government. And it really has to do with my children. I have a 7-year-old boy who's going into 2nd grade. And I have a little girl. She's not so little anymore. She's 11 and she's starting middle school. It's kind of hard to believe it's going by so fast. But as Hannah and I discussed, it's at the local level that you can affect change in many cases when it comes to things like traffic. I first started working on crosswalks and traffic safety in the city of Centennial because I wanted my children and the entire community's children to be safer on their walk to school. But interestingly, that really dovetails into something that I'm going to go against the grain a little bit. I know we've heard today it's not a political organization here, but I'm going to encourage you anyway to get active at the most level possible. Whether it's your city council or your PTO, you can make such a difference. My children go to Willow Creek Elementary School, and our principal, Craig Belshie, very recently made a very strong push, a real intentional effort to reach out to the South Asian community to increase your numbers on our PTO, because we do have such a large student population, Pakistani American community. That is such an enriching thing for our PTO and for our school. Having the knowledge of your culture and your history, your traditions and your faith tradition enriches my children's lives. My own grandparents, on my father's side, they came here in the 1600s, but on my mother's side, they came from Ireland only 2 generations ago. I know that being raised with stories of my own heritage affects my ability to feel not just my American roots, but also my Irish roots, and I know that your children are enriching the experience for all of the students whose friendships they share. So I thank you for giving me that opportunity here today to share that friendship with you, and for the enrichment that you give the lives of our community. So thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman. It's a pleasure having you here also. How are we doing? We are getting our appetites worked up? Okay, well, give me just a couple more minutes. I think what we consider achievement is not complete until we have done something real good and involving our youth. One such youngster is among us, Khurram Malik, and he has been spending some time doing some really good charity work, and I would like him to come and tell you about it. And then I promise I will be turning around right after that.
Thank you, Uncle. Assalamu alaikum, everyone. How's everyone doing? Good. I know you're all hungry, so I'll try to make this as quick as I can. Right off the bat, I have to point out during Rahan's speech, my mother must have pointed out to me about 5 times that I should have worn a tie, so I apologize. I'll just give you a little background on myself. I'm a Pakistani, American-born Pakistani. So I was born and raised here in Denver, Colorado. After I completed my bachelor's degree, my mother was very persistent on me going and living in Pakistan for a little while, just to get more in my roots and my culture. So my mother, Farida Malik, she's also here, so I'd really like to thank her and give her a round of applause. It actually was a great experience for me. It changed my views and definitely changed the person that I am today. While I was living in Pakistan, you know, I found out so many great things about her, how fun it is, and it's just things that you would never dream of, like as far as how the media portrays Pakistan. You would never see anything like that. You'd never expect it. And I was also lucky enough to meet my wife, Sonia, who's also in attendance, so that was also a very nice plus point. But the reason why I wanted to speak to you today, and first off, I'd like to thank Ehsan Bhai and Noor Uncle and all of you for giving me a chance to speak in front of you. It really means a lot to me. And this topic is something that I'm very passionate about, and I've spoken to a number of you about this already before, so bear with me. But this is a subject of where, ever since I came back to the States from Pakistan, I've kind of made it a point that I want to spread the word to people that Pakistan's not a bad place; it's a fun place. Even though we have our problems, especially within the extremists and terrorists. And it's so hard to do that, especially when every time you're convincing people that it's not that bad, and then you hear something else on the news. Terror has affected me directly. Actually, Sonia and I were supposed to get married on the 27th of December, 2007. So I'm sure you guys know what happened on that day. Benazir was assassinated, and so our wedding, along with how many other weddings, like 4 or 5 weddings were canceled on that day. So it's wedding season in Pakistan for those of you that don't know is December. So yeah, it directly impacted me, and it's so frustrating, and to always have to deal with this and not being able to do anything about it. So with that in mind, I want to share this charity that I've been recently working with. And before I start to talk about it, I would like to share a brief news report that Nicholas Kristof of the New York Times did on this charity. So if you could please play the DVD for me. I think there's no sound. Oh, you have to actually press play. Sorry. Just where it says play, right there. Yes.
While the American government squandered billions of dollars funding a war against Al-Qaeda and the Taliban in Pakistan that is going nowhere, private donations from America are quietly funding a very different approach, fighting ignorance and extremism with books, not bombs.
The main reason that we are